You are God. You are all by yourself. I am that I am. Hallelujah.
You are God from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God from beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. Holy are you, God. From beginning to the end. There is no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Oh God, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Oh God, so you use me for your glory. Oh, you are God by yourself. You are God, you are God. All I need is you, Lord. Is you, Lord. All I need is you, Lord. All I need is you, Lord. Is you, Lord. All I need is you. All I need is you. All I need. All I need is you, Lord. All I need is you, Lord. I can't do nothing without you, Lord. Use use me for your glory. Need more of you, more of you, more of you, Lord. We bow down and worship Yahweh. We bow down and worship Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Oh, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. We bow down and worship Yahweh, Yahweh. We bow before your throne and worship Yahweh, 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 Yahweh. Yahweh, Yahweh, worship your majesty, Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh. Father, we bow before your throne. Join the host of angels as we worship you. Yahweh, take all the glory, take all the honor, take all the praise, take all our worship. Yahweh, Yahweh, we bow before your throne. We long for you more of you, Lord. To worship you I live, to worship you I live to worship you. To worship you I live, to worship you I live to worship you. Oh, oh, thank you, God. Oh, King of glory. Oh, help me sing. Oh, I worship you, worship you. Somebody worship him, worship him, worship him. You deserve all the glory, you deserve all the honor. Oh, in you I live, I move, I have my being. Oh, you're my light. You're the light. You're the light. You're the light. You're the light. Worship you. Oh.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Day Show. If you are just joining us for the first time, thank you for joining me. It is my first time too, so let's get it. Yes. Welcome to the Day Show. So if you're like me that love politics, that haven't slept like 3 days now, going to 4 days, welcome to our world. I haven't slept too. So this is a family show. I am going to be introducing you into my world. Come and join me. I'm going to be introducing you to my family first, because when you talk about shows, when I say my show is all about family, I want to introduce you to the women behind me that pushes me every day, so you get to understand where I'm coming from. So let me introduce you to my big sister.
Hello everyone, my name is Princess Lillian Ierokoje. I am here to invite you to watch my baby sister show that is airing in Toronto, Canada, November 6, 2020. My baby sister Day has always loved to do this. Although she's been doing it, she is a very energetic, kind, smart young lady. She started this all the way back home in Africa, Nigeria. When she got to the United States, she also started her showbiz. When she told me she was going to do a one-man show in New York, I thought it was too much for her. The tax was just too much, because she didn't really know anybody. But she proved me wrong. She started African Connect in New York. She did not only just start it, she went to the extent of getting the United Nations involved in her show. My baby sister can carry out the conversation with anybody. Current affairs, politics, she can carry out the conversation smoothly with whoever. Senators, ambassadors, United Nations representatives, singers, actors, actresses, you can name it all. In New York, she did it. She is a go-getter. She is smart. She works hard. And I know that she's going to bring the same quality right there in Toronto. Please watch my baby sister show. She's funny too. She can also dance. So there's nothing. She is the whole package. There's nothing she cannot do. I want everyone to watch my sister's show, because I know she is that good. She can do this. Please support her. We are rooting for her. Our aunties, her uncles, myself, my sisters, and my baby. You know who's watching over you. My mama. She's always believed in you. I believe in you. So you go get this, honey, because you can do it. You can do this. You've done it before. You have a record. So, Toronto, please give my sister a shot. Day Show, airing once again, November 6th, 2020. Let's go, baby. You got this, girl. 100%. Love you guys. Thank. You
see what I said to you guys? I actually had to I kind of bullied them into doing that for me. You know, just singing my praises. That's what I do sometimes. But when you say where you love families, you showcase your family. That's my family. So let me know who your family are, and we can showcase your family too. This is our community here. It's a community show. So before we go any further, we are going to be introducing my guest. I have a wonderful guest coming on tonight. This morning with me, and he's director of Care Focus, a non-profit organization who are changing lives here in Toronto. And I will be joined by my one and only friend, I'll call him by my brother, the CEO of Duke Concerts. When you talk about Afrobeats in the diaspora, he has been instrumental in promoting Afrobeats in the diaspora. So we are going to go on a quick commercial break. But when we come back, you're going to meet my guest, and we're going to talk more about this great organization that are helping people here in diaspora. We'll be right back.
Do you know who you are? What is your name?
Sometimes you wonder why and wonder how. Don't be alone. Just stay calm, cause if you choose or not to.
My child, recite the words of this ancient mythology. The wisdom I disperse in this verse, no apology. Memorized to keep you from evil theology. For you, the dark of you, denied your equality. See, for generations we perpetrated ecology. Divide and conquer each other, really lynch policy. You cannot build each other up, how will you build economy?
So I want to introduce you to my guest, the director of Care Focus Toronto, Jeffrey Usman. Hello.
Hi,
Welcome to the show. So coronavirus will make us coronavirus will make us hug anymore.
Right.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. So Jeffrey,
Yes.
tell us, what is Care Focus?
Okay, Care Focus is an arm of Saving Grace Ministry. Saving Grace Ministry is more of a women fellowship arrangement that is more of a godly group that's actually out there ensuring they encourage women in things of God and all that. And they have this Care Focus group, which is an arm of it, that just focus on helping the needy. And whenever needs arise, we look at area where we can be of help and see what we can do. I work with my director, Bossede Olabi Lati or something like that. It's last name, my last name. But she's really been on it until I joined her recently, and we're doing our best because we see the vision. The vision is just strictly to see what we can do to help those who cannot help themselves here, both here in Canada and in Africa. And when a time like the crisis on the pandemic came up, then we had to step up, and thank God we're there for those who really needed us.
We will come to that because I know that you guys, your organization did some amazing things for the people in diaspora here. But before we continue with my in studio guest tonight, this morning, I keep thinking his name because I haven't slept for 3 days. I haven't slept for 3 days. So I'm going to be introducing you to my visual guest, the CEO of Duke Concert. Duke, he is behind from Davido, Burna Boy, Kiss Daniel. He has been instrumental in promoting the African culture in New York City. Duke, are you there?
Yes, I'm here with you. Hi, Amon.
Hi, Duke. How are you?
Hi, Duke.
I'm good. How are you today? Hi. How's it going in the studio?
Good.
Hi. How have you been?
Well, we are live. We're good. Can't complain at all.
I know that you are in New York, and we have to talk about. We cannot talk about New York. We don't talk about the U.S. election with you because you are in the main hot zone right now. So, what are you seeing in New York? What are you seeing there?
Well, it's quite peaceful. Nothing crazy going on. The protests are going on in Washington D.C., where the White House is. But there's a serious anxiety, and people are just waiting to hear the end of the results. The collation is taking quite some time. So people have not slept for days because they want to know, they want to hear that this person is the winner. That's what it is. Um,
Yeah, in my lifetime, I never thought that we will see a U.S. election that is like a third world country. In my lifetime, I never thought that this could happen to the U.S. The police, who is policing them now? So anyway, that is that is on the wayside. But as Nigerians, we have to talk about the NSAS protests because
yeah.
as a young girl growing up in a beautiful town called Uromi, and the only time I get to see my representative as the government is every 4 years when they have their election. That was the only time I got to know that, oh, we actually have a government system in this country. So, looking at the NSAS protests, I know you have been vocal about it as well. So, I'm going to throw the question to the both of you. What do you guys see about this movement that the young generation were able to start in Nigeria? I will go to you first, Duke.
Okay. So I think that it's about time. It's really about time. It's been happening for years, and people have not been able to speak up this much. But 2020, I think, has brought out a lot of things, have done a lot of things to us. And part of the things is for us to realize that the power is actually in our hands, and that we actually have those people in there. They are supposed to work taxpayers' money. So we have to hold them accountable. The police is supposed to protect the citizens and not to prosecute the citizens. They're two different things. So I think the youths have woken up, the youths have woke, and believe it or not, it's now this revolution has started with this, because that means that after this, it's not going to be business as usual again. So I think it's a welcome development. Unfortunately, some lives have been lost, but changes would begin from this protest.
Mr. Jeff, your organization, Care Focus,
Yeah.
you guys have been instrumental when the COVID-19 hit. Your organization was able to provide the people in Canada here that couldn't afford like food. Your organization was able to deliver some food to them. And I'm just trying to tie into the NSAS protest right now because they need help too. How do you see the role of your organization helping the NSAS protest in Nigeria?
Well, we've been really practical with trying to be useful to know what we can offer, not just complain about the problem. Also, how can we be a solution during this NSAS? We had a meeting with couples of police officers here in Canada who also lectured us. We had contact back home where we were given opportunity to also discuss with the police in Toronto and see where we can get them involved in training, capacity building with Nigerian police force and all that. So, but it's still ongoing though, because we're not just going to look at just the problem, because the NSAS generally, from my view, is beyond just the police brutality and all that. There are so many ills that needs to be corrected. Just as my colleague also said just now, it's long overdue. It's long overdue. Nigerians have been too oppressed to the point where everything scares them. If I can make a reference to, for example, during the NSAS protest here, for example, there was a point the police came to have pictures with us protesting here. Some Nigerians had to run because they are used to that mindset that the police are your enemies. And these are people who are supposed to be your friend. They are people you are supposed to hug. You understand what I'm saying? So, generally, there are much to talk about there beyond just the police. Because the police, whether I like it or not, they are the biggest beneficiary of the NSAS, not even the protesters.
When we talk about NSAS protest, then we are trying to make sure that every Nigerian has a voice, not just about NSAS. So many things from the political our process in Nigeria, I personally believe that we need to educate everyone in Nigeria. Well, when we are talking about education, we have to start from the villages. So how do you think that we can, the people in diaspora here can contribute in educating every child, every woman in Nigeria to be participating in the political system in Nigeria, Duke? How do we do that? How do we come? How do people
So
do
with
that? Yeah, go on, Duke.
So with that, it's a very tricky situation that here. The orientation and orientating them is very key, right? And the Nigerian they seem to have an ideology that their votes don't count, which is a first problem, right? So we need to make them understand that they have to exercise their rights to vote. They also have to say no to buying of votes. Now, how do we start that? Like you said, we need to start from our immediate family. You and I need to tell our families, our family members, the grandmothers, grandfathers, cousins, and make them understand how changes can be achieved. Now, if they don't understand how changes can be achieved, they would not see the reason to do that. So we start by the small sect of people, which is your immediate family, your cousins. Then it moves towards the extended family. By the time you start doing that, trust and believe that those little differences that you and I, who are in the developed countries, those are two things that we understand and we see, and we pass it down to them. You see that if everyone does that simple duty of educating each of their families, it's going to expand to the entire country. So you have to start with that.
So what is the role? What is the role of the diaspora when it comes to the political system in Nigeria? Because we have a part to play as well. We have to play our part too. Because when you see the U.S. election, they tell you that the people that is not in the U.S., they are able to vote. But you and I, being here in the diaspora, we can participate in the Nigerian election. So how do we change the law for us to be able to be participating in the Nigerian election?
Well, from my view, I think the electoral process in Nigeria is the biggest problem I think the entire system have. Because a country where people cannot rely on their representative, they don't have a connect with them. They are not, the people who are going to represent them believe they can do it, get there without the people. The system, the flaws, those flaws are areas that need to be addressed. Because once the electoral system starts to be done right, where confidence starts to come up, like you talked about the rural area, people just lost confidence in the entire process. By the time they have confidence that their vote will count, that their vote will be useful, that their vote will not, you see, look at what's happening in the US, for example. The argument within the last 24 hours has been count and don't count. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not like anybody oppressing the independentness of that electoral process is the area Nigeria has lacked. But recent elections in Nigeria have started to reassure us, bring little hope. We hope it's spread around the entire country. We saw it in Benin. We saw it in Ondo State. You know, at the end of the day, we have seen that the INEC generally is just like the Nigerian police. They can actually work if the leaders want them to work, if the leadership is structured to make it work. The same thing also happens to the electoral process. If the INEC is given free and fair or a chance to run it, they can run the entire nation and everything will work well. And once the confidence is there, believe you me, I guarantee you, everybody in Nigeria will be part of it. Then we can now extend it to the diaspora to talk about voting in diaspora. When the vote at home cannot even count, they are not guaranteed of counting. What gives us assurance that we over here, our vote is what they will count? Look at what's happening in the US right now. They are not disputing the mail-in vote. You understand what I'm saying? They are just saying the time into which it's coming, to which it's being counted. But the vote are voted by true voters. You understand what I'm saying? So if our system has not got it to a point where those on ground, their vote is guaranteed that it will count, then what guarantees me that my mail I made from here to Nigeria will be counted? So that's just it.
Thank you so much for
welcome.
that in-depth conversation. But we are going to talk about Afrobeat now because I know you are the king of Afro when it comes to the Afrobeat in New York, the king of Afrobeat in New York. So when we still talk about the Nigerian election, we talk about Nigeria changing Nigeria, the conversation in Nigeria. I know that the voice of the celebrities, so-called celebrities, or the voice of the artists is very important as well. So being a promoter of the Afrobeat in New York, how can you use Afrobeat? Because music is one powerful tool, instrument that you can use to bring people together. How do you see the role of the new age of Afrobeat being able to transform the Nigerian conversation when it comes to education, educating our people to be involved in not just politics, in every area of implementing policies in Nigeria? How do you see the role of Afrobeat?
So subconsciously, music has been doing that right from the days of Fela to the Burna Boys of our time. If you listen to the song Collateral Damage and to some of Burna Boy's songs, you see that he has subconsciously he's been talking to us about the government and how we how how we need to understand the politics of the Nigerian people, and how we're being oppressed and suppressed. So, there's before you from being cautious starts from subconscious. Okay, so music has always been that driving force. Now, moving towards the NSAS protest, the musicians who are demigods in quotes have also been able to use their platforms and their fan bases to drive the protests to bring in more people out. And also some of them also use their financial resources. So knowing that they have influence, because people look at them, look up to them, their presence at the protests or lead in the protest, because Falls and Runtown led the first protest, which drove more people to come out. So them understanding what pool they can and what following they can, they have more following than any other sector in Nigeria. They were able to turn that into NSAS protests. You have Davido going to see the Inspector General of Police and things like that. So I think that is a welcome idea, it's a welcome development. We're beginning to understand more what we can do with our platform, with our following. And right here in New York, we did the same thing, where I jumped in to support the NSAS New York, and we pushed. And interestingly, the ICC has also picked up the case, which we've been clamoring for. We went to United Nations here in New York. We went to the New York Times. It was a massive turnout. So we're all using our platforms across the industry to make that statement made. So I think that the entertainment firm, or the entertainment industry per se, has done a lot to help the voices of the masses be heard. It's a welcome development, and I think that they should relent. It's tricky because Nigerian politics is funny. They could come for you, right? But at the end of the day, we have to be able to stand for what we believe in.
So how did you get your start when it came to promoter? How did you get your start?
So, I started my first company in Nigeria. I was doing a couple of events here and there. I remember I was supposed to do one event in Calabar with Genie back in the days. And I remember that one being a failed attempt. I remember that being a failed attempt. I remember going to RMD's office in Delta State when I needed to have an event. I couldn't get a hold of RMD. He was a special advisor to the governor on entertainment affairs. And I called my godfather and I said, hey, I need to see RMD. And right there from his office, he called RMD and said, yo, I heard you're a big man now that nobody can see you. So, I already said, no, he can come and see me. And I walked into RMD's office. So that's basically how I started. I started in Nigeria doing small shows here and there. And when I relocated to the United States, I saw the vacuum. I saw that there was a space that needed to be filled, not just an entertainment, but the fact that we needed to do it right. because there were a lot of events going on, there were a lot of parties going on, concerts going on. And my idea was, we are queens and kings. So that if we're going to do this, we have to do it to world standard. And that was what drove me into entertainment. I started by doing parties, then into concerts in New York. And now we do concerts all over. We do tours, concerts in the United States and Canada. And by 2021, would also be venturing into festivals as well.
Thank you so much, Duke. So you know, when you talked about your organization, so many people want to start their organization as well. They want to start a non-profit organization so that they can be able to help people. So if you want to advise somebody out there that want to start their non-profit as well, how do they get in their start?
Yeah, well, for me, I think the first thing is not just getting an NGO with the intention to help like the regular Nigerian pattern that I had seen. I'd seen it in Nigeria before now, where people take NGO as an opportunity to get rich by advertising poor people. They advertise. I remember many years ago then in Abuja, if you check on Google now, just put ACLAP, Jeffrey Usman, you see there. I was the managing director there. What we're doing, ACLAP was basically an awareness program, campaign for computer literacy awareness, that, you know. And then I was in Nigeria, the main guy was in Canada, sending the laptops, computers. But these intentions, later I realized the intention wasn't really going from what we had in mind. What I thought that we were going to be doing wasn't what I was seeing. You understand? So the general mindset I'd seen with Nigerians, with NGO, is like, I don't have a job, let me create something. No, NGO should be something created by those who have something doing. Today, I'm a senior marketing director with World Financial Group. I'm a financial advisor. That's my work. That's what I do. But I have a passion to help. Even my company encourages us. They have the Water Foundation where they are helping Africans with good water and everything. But within me, I also thought of it. I know there are so many areas that I think we can come into. For example, in my NGO today, I'll come back to your question. We are looking at a situation whereby, look at what's happening in Nigeria right now. I've taken count. In my rough estimate, I've counted over 100 people that have died by fire in Nigeria. Nobody's looking in those areas. Every day, yesterday, in Tanka, whatever, in Apapa, Ijora, the other day in Kogi, a trailer rolled back, burnt 25 people. You know, these are numbers that in France, a country had a standstill because 3 people were killed. But in Nigeria, we have gotten used to dying that, no, figures, we argue on numbers. The government will say it's just 20. The NGO will say it's 35. You understand? So now I'm thinking in the angle of what can we do to help? So these things brought me into working with Saving Growth Group in this NGO area to say, okay, what can we do? How can we help? Today we're already making moves with the fire service unit in Toronto to see what we can do to help them have a training exchange where proper fire service training can be done in every local government, in every state in Nigeria. Where if this work, if there's a fire outbreak anywhere, at least from 3 local governments, if fire service rush down, within minutes, at least lives will be saved. Everything I watch about the fire service, for example, in Nigeria today, I saw just pictures of those who come after the damage has been done. You can never see them during the burn, getting the switch off. They come to pour water on what is. The only time you see fire service in Nigeria work is when they have fire and water to fight protesters. When it comes to burning, you will never see them there. You understand? So those are kind of things that brought me into wanting to work with the NGO. So I want to tell those who are interested in going into NGO, have a proper motive. If you have a proper motive, it's easy. Get online, get registered wherever you are, read it on Google, how to register an NGO where you are. Do it properly. Don't just look at somebody who has breast cancer, somebody who has children that cannot pay hospital bill, take a video, make a video, put your personal account there, and start reaping on behalf of these helpless people. I don't know how we get there. The way I was trained, the way I grew up, then back home in Benin, I knew at least we had little morals. Where you are doing certain things, you allow your conscience comes in. If you don't have a conscience for NGO, don't go in. If you have a conscience, your passion will be there. People are watching. They will know when you're actually doing it to help. And once you start doing it rightly, believe in me, the right support will come. The right nature generally will work to help you work it out. That's why you see Canada today. It's more of a philanthropist nation. You understand what I'm saying? I have so much confidence in this country succeeding because why? They put humanity first. Until you put humanity first, don't even think of going into NGO. But if you have that passion, don't draw back. You can start from your local community. You can start helping. Today, personally, I'm already working with some team in Nigeria today on how to, well, I'm looking at, when I look at the NSAS, I thought generally, I said, we have over 200 million Nigerians all over the world. You understand? And people, Nigerians worth over 20 million naira, from my assumption, should be more than 20 million Nigerians. If every Nigerian decide to put back 2 million to his local community, in farming, whatever you can do, even if it's 10 people you are employing, believe me, at some point, when we are saying the youth is clamoring for a change, we won't just be relying on these people. Because when I like it, look at this election in America. I was checking their ages, 33 years, 37 years, 35 years, taking over House of Rep, House of Senate. You see, generation is transferring from one to another. But in Nigeria, if Tinubu's son can control everything in Lagos, you see, the hope for a regular Lagosian is very low. So that's why wherever you are, start doing what you can to help your community. Start from there. That's part of the NGO.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I'm going to bring it to on a lighter note because I am talking about Nigeria and INSA sometimes. All you want to do is just drink a little water. This is water. It's nothing. It's just water. Anyway, Duke, I'm going to come to you because I have a bone to pick with you, Duke.
Really?
So, yeah, I have a bone to pick with you. So I heard you were married.
Tell me about it.
I heard you were married now.
Yes, I am.
Wife.
Come again?
I saw you and your beautiful wife. So how did you meet your wife? I want to know. Because there are some people just texting me now. They want to know how you met your wife.
So I've known her for, well, now it's over 10 years. I've known her for a minute. I've known her for about 12 years. And I knew her before I came relocated to the United States, really. So as God would have it, we were dating before I came here.
Was it first love?
No, not really. Not really, because I met her on my final year in college. But as God would have it, we reconnected. When I came here, I had, for some reason, I said I was going to move on. I said, hey, I can't do this anymore, the distance and all that. So I kind of moved on. But as God would have it, it was meant to be. So, I went back and I said, hey, you take me back. And somehow
what a love
it
story,
worked
Duke.
out.
What a love story. What a love story. So
yeah, I have to summarize it,
I want to because I am very nosy. So I want to know, how did you propose? Because I'm coming back to him. How did you propose?
That's the part of the story that she gets mad at because when I visited Nigeria one of these holidays, and I said, hey, we're getting married. She was like, huh?
Just like that?
I did not say, hey, would you marry me? I said, hey, by the way, we'll get married by December. And she looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah.
So she anytime there's someone proposing on the TV, she's like, look at your mate. But that's just the honest story, really. I just told her, hey.
So there was no flowers? There was no flowers?
No.
Duke, there was no flowers? I have to talk to your wife. There was no flowers, Duke. My God. So I wanted to ask him the same question because sometimes I want to know when you tell me you're married. I want to know because when there are some single girls out there, they are interested. They want to know how so that we can know what to expect. So how did you meet your wife, Jeffrey? I'm drinking water.
I've been laughing because I think Duke has been much more better. because my case was more divine. You know, it was just God's plan. I say God's plan was on the basis that I actually knew my wife like sometime 20 years ago, but I knew her when she was growing up. I just knew her as one beautiful girl. We used to live in the same neighborhood. All of a sudden, she left, and she had these cute brothers. They had cute family, you know. And when she were growing up, we were a crew, friends, and everybody was liking this fine girl. Her mother was a nurse, and she had this pharmacy, you call it chemist, back home. And just to see her, you know, everybody was going there to go and buy vitamin C. This one you lick, the sweet one. You know, so we have some of our friends who were always laughing because we have one of our friends, that guy was always going there buying vitamin C again and again. So we started calling him more, I need more, I need more. We started, it was like a nickname, you know, and at the end, my wife, after many years later, I just finished my NYC. I was still doing my NYC. I go home, I saw the younger brother, and we were talking. I was like, "Hi, is that your beautiful sister?" Honestly, at that point, I was in relationship. I was at the point where I wasn't that, how do I put it? I didn't believe in just a single relationship then,
Yeah.
you know. But at a point, a part of me just was like, am I going to continue like this? I really need to be focused. I need to plan my life. You know, I'm this kind of person that when I need anything major, I take myself out spiritually. I go pray, ask God for help and all that. So I just told God, I want to change my ways. I need my wife. For the next 6 months, it was like a challenge. I don't know if it work with others, but it's just me. I'm like, the next 6 months, I won't date any girl, and any girl I meet next is going to be my wife. So for those periods, I stayed away. Anything that has to do with female, I was staying off, just looking out. And that very good day, me and my friend went somewhere, fast food, and I got her number from the brother. So I just called to check on her, how are you, and all that. Hope you are still that beautiful young girl we know then. And she was laughing. She was like, "You see when we meet." I'm like, "Oh, so we're meeting. Okay, let's meet." And we had a point. She was in University of Benin. She was coming from school. I drove down that day to pick her up. And immediately I picked her up, I was with my friend who happened to be my best man. And I told my friend, I said, "I'll meet my wife." And she started laughing. He said, "Is that hard to get married? You have never seen my parents." So I look at my friend. I'm like, wow, thank God that was not a rejection. That was more of, see my parents, was a door open. I said, "What? Don't worry, I'll come see your parents," and all that.
That was it?
That was it. We talked, and this is the funny part about it. I actually went to see her. She was just this good girl, no boyfriend, nothing. And I took her out. So we came back late in the evening. We had fun. I came to drop her home.
Oh, no, go back. You had fun? What fun?
Well, I mean, when I took her out, she had suya. She had some nice suya, some drink.
Let me wait till the thing, come on.
Yeah, let me wait till the thing. At the end of the day, listen to it. Immediately I brought her home, there was already a fight at home. The dad was like, "Who is this guy? My daughter who took away," and all that. So the mother was like, "Please, next time she knows she'll go out with you, you need to come and introduce yourself to the dad, because the dad knows he knows no man." Actually, I was the first man in her life. And actually, I came, I introduced myself to the dad, like, "I like your daughter." And the man was like, "In my family, you don't just come and tell me you like my daughter. You come with somebody in your family, like your parents." And I'm like, I've only had a single mother. So I'm like, okay, let me go call my mom. I went home 2 days after, came back with red wine with my mom. And my mom came to introduce me to, I introduced my mom to the father. The father said, "In my town, they don't just see me. If you want to see me, we have to have a date." And I was not angry, like, I just want to date this girl. What kind of love process is this? And the man said, he has other brothers. I have to come to the family house and see the family. And, you know, from Benin, the next thing we were in Ira to see the family. I just went with all my friends. That was the introduction. We did the introduction. And at the introduction, the family were like, "When is the wedding?" I didn't even expect that question. I just said, it was sometime around February 2010. And I told them August or November. And that was it. By June, we had our traditional wedding. July 3rd. It's been 10 years now. We've been married. So we actually didn't date, you see. So we are still dating now in marriage. And by the grace of God, we have been blessed with 4 good children.
So ladies, if you're listening, I want to hear from you. You can email me at omodede@gbkm.fm. I want to know if a man propose to you like Duke with no flowers, if you're going to accept, or if a man just come to you and say we are getting married, if you're going to accept. I want to know because I'm curious to see if that really works. I want to thank you for joining me today, Duke, and it's been an amazing time on GBKM Network. This is Omodede Show. Thank you so much to all my viewers. It's not viewers, you're my community now, we're family. This is a family show. So if you're joining me for the first time, thank you for joining us. Don't forget to join me next week, same time at 10:30 a.m. at gbkm.tv. We are going to be here. It's a community show. The fun is just starting, guys. It's just starting. So, Omodede Show, we'll be right back. We have to go pay some bills.
Do you know who you are? What is your name?
Sometimes you wonder why and wonder how. Don't be alone. Just stay calm, cause even if you choose or not to.
My child, recite the words of this ancient mythology. The wisdom I disperse in this verse, no apology. Memorized to keep you from evil theology. For you, the darker hue, you denied your equality. See, for generations we perpetrated psychology. Divide and conquer each other, really lynch policy. You cannot build each other up, how will you build economy?
We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality. We are the future. Are we ready? The future. Are the youth ready? The future. We are the future. They want kill us, because we they say no to corruption. We not go give up, even though they try to kill us all. I say one day, oh, you better. I say one day, oh, yeah. Justice will come. See, my people must fight, oh. Africa must rise, oh. We first stand for the truth and fight for our right and never give up, oh. Politician killing our land, them a set confusion pan our land. Get to youth have to rise and take our land. See police can't stop us from our land. We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality. With your page. People them are dying for nothing. Politicians use us for coffin. Really need to find a solution. I tire for the hate, tire for the rape, tire for intimidation. Africa they face. Tire for the endless starvation my people are facing now. We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality. I prefer better Nigeria. Same story all the time. No light, no road, no hospital. Now which kind country be this? Operation every day, killing my people every day. Africa, one day, change must come.
FA to the HD. So suffer, we dey suffer. Government people make me wonder. They carry gun killing my brothers. All these things make me they wonder. Remember what you do today, you go get them tomorrow. Remember what you sow today, you go reap back tomorrow.
We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality.
We don't care
yeah. I go fight for my picking future. Bad government and none. Bad governance and none. Every day they my shoot. They my kill, they my loot, they my take everything where we get to you. Enough is enough, I beg you.
Happy faction, I beg you, we need action. The future is now. Africa leaders, them be saboteur. No more pressure. Right now we need liberation. Everybody run like a rat race. This democracy don't make man face. Oluwa got
One justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police.
G.H. Gali.
The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up.
Yalla body jena kana dokko. Bato chilo sasa aba fonko. And aba nyala makataru kutoto. Tautology, robbiness, unforgotten. See the pain, the fears we face every day. The land that's full of prophets is the evil of today. The shame we face, killing our race. The land that can be greener is the red of today. Then call.
Remember we pledged to our country to be faithful, loyal and honest, to serve the people with all our strength, but the leaders don't forget their promises. To defend her unity and uphold honor and glory. So help us God, oh, in Africa.
We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up.
We don't tire. Politicians say we don't tire. Time for election, they promise for the nation. They do jaga jaga now, no mention. Make we come together, reject it. Make we come together, reject corruption. Make we come together, build a Niger. By force, our own go better.
We want justice, we need peace, and this brutality from the police. The youth's done fed up, fed up, fed up, and this brutality. Everybody fed up, fed up, fed up. Change our mentality.
Hello, my name is Ryan Knight, the co-founder and executive director of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network Foundation. I am here excited to announce the new microloan program that we have put together. With the support of Alterna Savings Credit Union and the partnership of SETC, Empowered Forex, and the Dream Legacy Foundation, we're going to be helping more entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage get access to funding and help with their grant writing. Please visit our website, acbncanada.com, to learn more if you're an entrepreneur that's in need of funding or if you would love to support this organization.
We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower, Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower, Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower, Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship, we take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be a superpower Africa had. But we didn't manage it well, maybe. So some people came with better intelligence, came into Africa as missionaries, handed us Bibles and destroyed idols, converted us from our traditional way of worship. We take it. But our people did well with oral tradition. Africa was an advanced society, good system of government, everything that it takes to be